But I still wake up in the mornings, I wake up hoping this is a bad dream and she's gonna come run to me and hug me.
Tom, neighbors say that they saw little Audrey walking to and from school every single day, but they didn't see her Thursday.
She was allegedly dropped off at her bus stop. And later on, we come to learn that she never even made it on the bus.
Investigators say an 11-year-old girl found in the Trinity River near Houston yesterday had a rock tied around her to weigh her down.
Imagine sending your child to school only for them to vanish without a trace. 6 days later, the community's worst fears are confirmed when a body is found in the river. How did an 11-year-old girl disappear from her small town who betrayed the trust of a family, leading to a devastating loss? Today, we uncover the chilling details of Audrey Cunningham's disappearance and murder. Who was the man accused of this horrific crime? What led authorities to a family friend living just steps away from Audrey's home as we piece together the evidence? We'll explore the dark secrets and lies that unraveled this small town. Stay tuned as we delve into a heart-wrenching tale of innocence, loss, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Imagine one of the most harrowing scenarios imaginable. An 11-year-old girl gone missing is found dead, and the very man entrusted with her safety is accused of her murder. This chilling story unfolds in the heart of Texas, where a community is left reeling from the loss of young Audrey Cunningham. Audrey's body was discovered on a fateful Tuesday in the murky waters of the Trinity River. A discovery that shattered the peace of Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons delivered the grim news to the waiting press, revealing that 42-year-old
Don Steve McDougal is facing a capital murder charge for Audrey Cunningham's death. And in this new criminal complaint, we are learning more about the evidence you mentioned that is connecting him to this case.
This tragic case, which sparked an Amber Alert and drew national attention, stands out as one of the rarest and most heartbreaking kinds of missing children cases. In a country where hundreds of thousands of children are reported missing each year, the vast majority are found and very few are taken by non-family members or receive the urgency of an Amber Alert. But why do some cases capture the nation's attention while others fade into obscurity? Gaetan Borders, president of Peas in Their Pods, an organization advocating for missing children of color since 2007, sheds light on this disparity. When every child goes missing, it should be urgent for everyone to assist. Borders emphasized, but the reality is that it's far more difficult for children of color to get the same level of attention as Audrey or Gabby Petito's. The story of Audrey Cunningham unfolds. Critical questions arise. What led to her tragic fate? How did a trusted figure become a prime suspect? And why does the spotlight shine so differently on missing children cases? The answers to these questions promise to reveal the deeper, often uncomfortable truths about our society's response to such heartbreaking events. Nestled in the southern part of the United States, Texas is a vast and diverse state known for its rich history, vibrant culture, and sprawling landscapes. From bustling cities to serene countryside, Texas offers a unique blend of modernity and tradition. The state's natural beauty is showcased in its wide-open plains, lush forests, and winding rivers like the Trinity, which flows through its heart, providing a tranquil retreat for residents and visitors alike. In the midst of this expansive and peaceful setting lies Polk County, a community that prides itself on its close-knit nature and friendly atmosphere. It's a place where neighbors know each other, and the pace of life allows for a deeper connection with the land and one another. However, even in such serene surroundings, tragedy can strike, leaving a profound impact on everyone involved. One such resident of Polk County was Audrey Cunningham, an 11-year-old girl whose life was tragically cut short. Audrey was a beloved member of her community, known for her bright smile and vibrant spirit. Growing up in a loving family, she was the apple of her parents' eyes and a caring sister to her siblings. Audrey was known for her kindness, always eager to help others and make friends wherever she went. She had a passion for learning, a curiosity about the world around her, and a dream to one day become a teacher. Her family described her as a joyful and compassionate child full of energy, and always ready to share a laugh. She loved playing outdoors, reading books, and participating in school activities. Audrey's presence brought warmth and happiness to everyone she met, making her loss all the more devastating to her family and the community. The last time Audrey Cunningham's family saw her alive, she was a bright-eyed 11-year-old, bustling around on a Thursday morning, excitedly preparing for school with her backpack slung over her shoulder. She headed out the door, ready to catch the bus, leaving her family with a final cheerful wave. Little did they know, this ordinary morning would become the last cherished memory they would have of their beloved Audrey.
Audrey's mother says her daughter was last seen around 7 a.m. last Thursday when she was supposed to catch her school bus, not far from the home she shares with her father.
She was allegedly dropped off at her bus stop. And later on, we come to learn that she never even made it on the bus.
Audrey Cunningham vanished on the morning of February 15th after failing to board her neighborhood school bus in Livingston, igniting a desperate and intense search.
She comes down this street, gives your dog some love on the way to the bus stop every day, but on Thursday...
She never went by.
And so is it your assumption that she did not walk to the bus stop, she got driven that day?
Yes, because the dog will alert us whenever she is walking by.
It's a roller coaster. You're broken. You're mad. You're lost. You're empty. And right now, I'm empty.
About a week later, the search ended in heartbreak when her body was discovered in the Trinity River, approximately 10 miles 16 kilometers from her home in a rural area north of Houston. A large rock was tied to her body when search teams found her, according to the capital murder criminal complaint filed against Don Stephen McDougal. The medical examiner revealed that Audrey had suffered homicidal violence, including blunt head trauma, but left many questions unanswered.
Investigators say an 11-year-old girl found in the Trinity River near Houston yesterday had a rock tied around her to weigh her down.
Court documents also revealed some of the evidence that linked a family friend to the girl's mother.
This video of Don Stephen McDougal was taken Friday morning off North Washington and Livingston. It appears an officer is questioning him. Authorities took him into custody not long after on an old assault charge.
Attention quickly turned to Don Stephen McDougal, a friend of Audrey's father who lived in a trailer behind their home. Initially named a person of interest, McDougal soon became the prime suspect in the young girl's murder. As it turned out, McDougal was already behind bars facing charges for an unrelated aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. To unravel the mysteries of the case further, it is important to dive deeper into Don Stephen McDougal's past. This will help us connect the missing pieces and paint a clearer picture. McDougal's criminal history stretches back to at least 2003, marked by a series of violent crimes and a conviction for enticing a child.
He came into the room that me and my cousin were sleeping in, tried to take down my pants, and I immediately jumped up at that moment. I remember looking at him and saying, "Do you know how old I am?" He grabbed me, and when he did, I just swung my arm and I hit him.
His record is a killing testament to his dangerous behavior over the years. Let's delve into the timeline of his incarceration as listed by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. February 2003, sentenced to 3 years for assaulting a public servant in Liberty County. February 7, 2006, received an 8-month sentence for theft in Harris County. February 14, 2006, sentenced to 180 days for possession of less than 1 gram of methamphetamine in Harris County. March 2007, convicted of enticing a child in Brazoria County. He received a 2-year sentence, but was credited for 527 days served. July 2009, sentenced to 180 days for unauthorized use of a vehicle in Harris County. February 2010, received a 4-year sentence for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Harris County. September 2020, sentenced to 2 years for unauthorized use of a vehicle in Liberty County. September 2022, McDougal was released after completing a sentence in 2007. McDougal's conviction for enticing a child raised serious concern.
I mean, it could have been me.
McDougal pleaded guilty to enticing a child and was sentenced to 2 years in prison, but got credit for almost 1.5 years served. Notably, he wasn't required to register as a sex offender and went on to face numerous other charges.
I think Brazoria County definitely failed me.
Although specific allegations remain unclear, the offense is defined in Texas as interfering with the lawful custody of a child under 18 by enticing, persuading, or taking the child from their parent or guardian. McDougal's violent tendencies resurfaced with his 2010 and 2009 convictions for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The victim of the first assault, Alec Bryan, recounted a terrifying encounter. McDougal, a former coworker, attacked Bryan after being thrown out of his house. Bryan told CNN, "He showed up with some other friends that I had. He started stabbing the door before coming back inside. He came at me with the knife, and I had my shotgun, and I hit him in the face with it. I had no idea." He was that kind of person.
They were drinking, and he just got more belligerent as the night went on, and we ended up throwing him out of the house, and he come back with a knife. I opened the door up and told him he needed to leave, and he come at me with the knife, and I had my shotgun, and I hit him in the face with it and shut the door on him.
This brutal assault led to McDougal's 4-year prison sentence, highlighting the ongoing threat he posed to those around him. Understanding McDougal's violent past is crucial as we piece together the events leading to the tragic murder of Audrey Cunningham. Don Stephen McDougal was more than just the neighbor. He was a trusted friend of Audrey's father, living in a camper on the family's property near the shore of Lake Livingston. McDougal had an established presence in their lives. He often stepped in to help, including taking Audrey to the bus stop or school when she missed the bus on that fateful Thursday morning. McDougal agreed to take Audrey to the bus stop once again. However, she never arrived, marking the beginning of a tragic sequence of events that would end in heartbreak and horror. Despite his lengthy criminal history, dating back to at least 2003, including convictions for violent crimes and enticing a child, McDougal was allowed to remain free. This fact now haunts the community, mourning the loss of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham.
She has so many opportunities ahead of her, and she deserves every right to be able to reach those opportunities. She should be at home where we know she's safe and she's warm and she's fed, and she should be with her little brother. She should be doing what Audrey does, you know, smiling, laughing, making everybody else smile and laugh.
As mourners prepared for Audrey Cunningham's funeral, her family and community demanded answers. How could a man with McDougal's violent history be free to commit such a heinous act? Wayne Davis, the father of the child McDougal was convicted of enticing in 2008, voiced the frustration felt by many. "The legal system failed my daughter 100% and failed Audrey and who knows how many other children." Audrey's father and grandmother echoed the sentiment in a statement to KPRC-TV in Houston, lamenting that the system failed them. They emphasized that despite McDougal's history of targeting female children, he was not listed on the sex offender registry when they checked before allowing him to stay in a camper on their property. Had we been aware of what we know now, this man would never have set foot on our property, much less been a part of our little girl's life, they said.
If I could talk to her one more time, I'd never let go. I'd tell her how much I love her, how much the family loves her, and how sorry I am that I wasn't able to protect her, that I couldn't see that the devil was let into our house. And I beg for her forgiveness.
Response to this tragedy, advocates like Andy Kay and Director of Victim Services and Advocacy at Crime Stoppers of Houston are pushing for legislative changes. Kajan is working with lawmakers to identify a child when involving a sexual element to the list of offenses requiring registration on the state's sex offender registry. This measure, potentially named after Audrey, has garnered yearly support. "We're naming another law after another dead kid." Kajan said somberly, "That's reality." State Trent Ashby, representing Livingston, has committed to addressing this issue in the next legislative session. "I am deeply troubled by the notion that a legal loophole may have allowed a monster to carry out such an endless and wicked act of violence," Ashby stated. Mary Sue Molnar, executive director of Texas Voices for Reasoned Justice, expressed concern about the scope of any new laws. She views McDougal as an isolated case and questions how effective a new law will be if plea deals for lesser crimes continue to be allowed. Molnar also highlighted another crucial point. Why was McDougal not arrested when first identified by a stabbing victim last year? David Stanley, who was stabbed outside his Polk County home, identified McDougal as his attacker. Despite this, McDougal was not arrested until after Audrey's disappearance made headlines. That is the big question. Why is he allegedly believed for the first time on February 16th and not before? as Stanley's lawyer David Feldman. As we delve deeper into McDougal's past and the systemic failures that allowed him to remain free, it becomes clear that changes are needed to prevent such tragedies from happening again. The community's grief is now fueling a drive for justice and reform, ensuring that Audrey Cunningham's death will not be in vain. The morning of February 15th started like any other for 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham. She was supposed to catch her school bus in Livingston, but she never made it. Her family reported her missing by 5:30 p.m. that same day, triggering a massive search effort involving local, state, and federal authorities. When questioned by investigators, McDougal claimed he had last seen Audrey near her home. However, his inconsistent statements and false alibis quickly raised suspicions. As these search for Audrey intensified, McDougal himself appeared to join the effort, knocking on doors and asking neighbors if they had seen her. Sheriff Byron Lyons later described McDougal's actions as efforts to mislead the community and investigators. On February 16th, McDougal was arrested on an unrelated aggravated assault charge, which allowed authorities to detain him while continuing their investigation into Audrey's disappearance. The breakthrough came when investigators used cell phone records and video footage to trace McDougal's movements on the day Audrey vanished. These digital footprints placed him at several critical locations, including near the Trinity River, where Audrey's body would ultimately be found on February 20th. Divers recovered Audrey's body from the Trinity River under the U.S. Highway 59 bridge. The child was tied with a rope to a large rocket tail that underscored the brutality of her murder. The Harris County medical examiner later confirmed that Audrey had died from homicidal violence, including blunt head trauma. The investigation revealed more damning evidence against McDougal. Authorities found a Hello Kitty backpack near the Lake Livingston Dam, resembling the one Audrey was carrying when she disappeared. Phone records and video analysis continued to tie McDougal to the locations of interest. Moreover, the rope used to tie the rock to Audrey's body was similar to rope found in McDougal's vehicle during a traffic stop 2 days prior. This connection, along with other forensic evidence, solidified the case against him. On February 21st, Don Stephen McDougal was officially charged with capital murder as the community grappled with the tragedy. They also questioned how a man with such a violent past was free to commit this horrific crime. Advocates and family members demanded changes to the legal system to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In the words of Sheriff Byron Lyons, the relentless search for Audrey was a testament to the community's determination to find justice for the young girl.
My heart aches with this news, and I express with my deepest sympathies and condolences to everyone who knew, who cared for, and loved Audrey. The Sheriff's Office, we will continue to process the evidence that has been gathered to ensure that the justice for Audrey.
The case of Audrey Cunningham is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities in our system and the importance of vigilance and reform to protect the most innocent among us. After Don Stephen McDougal was caught for the murder of 11-year-old Audrey Cunningham, he was held without bond and charged with capital murder in Polk County, Texas. Following his arrest, McDougal was subjected to a detailed investigation, revealing critical evidences such as the rope found in his car that matched the one used to tie a rock to Audrey's body. In the days following the discovery of Audrey Cunningham's body, her mother Matthews shifted from hoping for her daughter's safe return to attending a prayer vigil held in Audrey's honor on February 21st. The vigil was a poignant gathering where mourners dressed in Audrey's favorite color, purple, brought purple balloons and created a shrine of notes to die, bears and purple flowers near the site where she was found.
I'm truly blessed to have given birth to such an amazing little girl. And I just want to once again thank all of y'all for coming out. And if y'all would like, y'all can go ahead and light your candles. And, you know, hopefully with all of our candles together, it'll be bright enough, you know, maybe she can see it. Maybe she'll see all the love and support that come together at once. So thank y'all.
The community's outpouring of love and support during this difficult time is a testament to the impact Audrey had on those around her. Her memory continues to shine brightly, reminding everyone of the joy and light she brought into the world.